Hey everybody, Adam Savage here in my cave with an unboxing. And this one comes via our friends at the Paragon Effects Group, a new prop replica company. And look, I've talked on the channel before about how difficult it is to run a successful prop replica company. Many have tried and many have failed. Some are still succeeding, but many have failed. And one of the key reasons is it is very hard to service your most fervid clients because they are also going to be your harshest critics. And the gulf between what is a perfect shooting matched prop replica versus one that gives the ideal experience for the average person and satisfies the most discerning of prop collectors is really difficult, except for the prop that I have in this box, because honestly, I think this is one of the most beautiful replicas I've seen come from a prop replica company. It comes from the original '89 Tim Burton Batman with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. My favorite of Tim Burton's Batman is the second one, Batman Returns, mostly because I just love Danny DeVito as the Penguin. But this is, in fact, my favorite prop from the first film. This is the Grapnel gun. And I just have... collecting props is regularly an exercise in mild to great disappointment. And rarely are you surprised by how great something is. But in this case, this Grapnel gun exceeded all of my expectations. There have been many replicas of this Grapnel gun. This one is machined and powder-coated aluminum. I held the original one of these at Prop Store, and I kind of want to tell you that this one feels better than the original. Like the original, it has modular things that can plug into it. That's the Grapnel shooter, and here is a dart. All of this is made out of machined aluminum and metal. I have yet to come across a resin part. They've included, I can feel down in here, an O-ring that allows the grab for this to be nice and positive. The cable thing even spins. I mean, look, this isn't a real Grapnel gun, but it is only just. We can pop in the bolo attachment, which is also all machined aluminum. This you fire and wraps around someone's legs. This is a great way to take drones out of the air. Dude, I can't tell you how good this thing feels. It is cold metal. It's machined to a high tolerance. The edges are crisp. It feels totally like something Wayne Enterprises would have made. And if I came across this without knowing anything about Batman or the whole history, I'd be like, what the hell kind of crazy monster genius made this really weird thing, and what industry would it be used for? That is, in a nutshell, exactly the kind of experience I am always looking for from a prop replica. I know that I'm gushing more than I even usually gush, but frankly, it's because I rarely encounter something that feels and gives me such a genuine experience. This is a bit of great industrial design from the prop makers, a fold-away stock that allows you to hold it in a pistol grip that's actually pretty remarkably comfortable for how compact this is. This is a group of engineers really thinking, what would I want on my belt and how small would I want it to be? And then the modularity of the pins, that's a real positive grab. It feels great. There's precious little, what rattling there is just the rattling of the mechanics, not its low tolerance. It's actually a pretty impressively high tolerance. Dude, look at that. That is just... Now, this video wouldn't be complete if I didn't tell you that Jamie and I actually built one of these for real. Okay, technically Jamie built it, but we were hosting and producing that show together. Jamie built a real Batman Grapnel gun. He used high tensile strength Spectra line, which was only about a 16th inch wide with a several 100-pound test strength. And we... how did we get, we socked it up over a rafter using a little boomerang, I think, and then we secured it. But the real question was, could Jamie make a motor small enough that would actually lift him on the cable? And while the motor Jamie made was bigger than this, it still was small enough to fit on his arm. It was quite a lovely little unit. And so then Jamie is tethered to the roof, and he's got his motor about to drag him up. But for safety's sake, I've also got him on a belay line. Jamie's wearing a harness. A rope is going up to a pick point near where his Spectra cable is tied, and that belay goes down to me and also to a second person. So we've got a double redundancy on Jamie's safety as he rides the 40 feet up to the rafter, which he does. His motor works beautifully. It's got a very low gear ratio and it winds him up to the roof absolutely perfectly. And then he's up there and he's hanging, right? So he's hanging from the roof from his grapnel gun, and we're like, dude, it works beautifully. What a magnificent thing. It's incredible. It's time to come back down. And then Jamie says from 40 feet in the air, oh yeah, I didn't include a back gear on this, so I can't really lower myself down. And I'm like, okay, well, I got you on the belay if you want to cut the line. The problem is, while Jamie has a knife on his belt, he's hanging from a pick point. He can't reach the line to cut it. So Jamie, being the manly man that he is, does a one-armed chin up until he can reach the line. And this is the part that blows me away. He does, if I was in Jamie's position, here's what I would do. I'd be like, okay, time to cut the line. I'm gonna pull myself up and cut the line. But first, I'm just gonna look at the knot on my harness and I'm gonna watch the rope going up through the sheave. I'm gonna make sure the sheave looks good. I'm gonna make sure it goes down so that I can see Adam's holding. That's what I would be doing. I would be following the chain of my safety back to its origin to make sure. But I said to Jamie, I got you on belay, you can cut the line. He did not do that. He trusted me and he went, ah, and did this monster chin up with one arm, cut the line. Now here's the problem. He is using all his strength to pull him towards the line. So when he cuts it, bang, he breaks his own nose with his grapnel gun. Literally his hand, boom, comes down, cracks the bridge of his nose. And we lower him down and we made him do one piece to camera before we let him go to the hospital. Just took an extra 30 seconds. We're like, can you just speak to having broken your nose building this thing? And he did, with this a little bit of blood on his nose. He never said ow. He never complained. It was a pretty impressive display, both of his mechanical engineering and his strength and his fortitude in adversity. Okay, back to the prop. Now, I may, to be fair, take some Scotch-Brite to the edges of this just to give it a little bit of weathered history. But until then, like I said, I may. But until then, I'm just going to admire it. It is really, really beautiful. Paragon, my hat is off to you guys. This is a magnificent replica. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I know this was a quick and super passionate one. Notice I don't even like to swing a weapon that doesn't shoot something past the camera. You'll notice I keep going up and over. That's just personal practice. Thank you guys for joining me for this unboxing and show and tell. I will see you next time.
Where does he get those wonderful toys? Paragon FX.